Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the WOG, and I would like to welcome you to the first episode in a series of episodes where I'll be interviewing professional wrestlers from across the US and hopefully across the world. The weekend warriors, the ones who show up week in and week out, and they put on amazing matches for the crowd, not because of Instagram like and TikTok reels, but because they love professional wrestling. So for this first episode, I can't think of a better person to start out with than a close friend of mine, a man who I shared the locker room with multiple times, a man who I actually faced a few times in the past, and he is the epitome of professionalism, probably the future of Lucha Libre and American professional wrestling, none other than Anklayer. Let's go ahead and hop to that interview. All right, so first off, I want to say welcome to the show. I know you're a very busy person, and I'm really appreciative of you showing up. You know, I'm really grateful for having you as my guest. It's my first episode because, like I told you before, I have nothing but respect for you. You know, I've known you ever since the pandemic, and ever since I met you, you've always been an adamant professional. You show up, you have like the best outfits, you know, everyone's excited to see you, and all the companies, they just love working with you, man. So I just want to say thank you for doing this for me.
No, man, thank you for having me here. I mean, it's a pleasure. And as a matter of fact, you were the ones on my when I started wrestling, when I debuted, one of my first opponents. I remember wrestling against you at Tequilas, remember?
Yeah,
I had a
yeah,
I had a pink outfit, and yeah, I mean, I still have those pictures. I'm gonna send them to you.
yeah. Go for it. I would love to see it. I know we can actually pop them in the video when we do the editing later on. But yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that match. It
I
was
mean,
really good. I actually thought,
I've wrestled with you so many times already that the same way. I have nothing but respect for you. You have you actually your previous name, and then like as Matt Murder, and now Warrior of God and all of that. I mean, I've known you for a couple of years already. I've trained with you. I wrestled with you. I've been a partner in the ring with you. I mean, everything this beautiful sport has to offer, I've done it. And I like it's like you said, we known each other for so many years already, and it's just great, man. It's just great, like watching you with your kiddos as well, going to the shows, and I appreciate that support, man. Because honestly, a lot of people here that I thought that they were gonna support in this international sequence that I'm doing and appearances, and there's only a few
yeah.
There's only a few, and you're one of those that actually just give me that positive feedback, that positive vibe, and I really, really appreciate that so much, brother. Thank you for having me here too, as well.
Oh no, no, you're doing me the favor, man. Because I've known you for a long time, but I've actually because we're always in the locker room and we're always like, all right, so who's wrestling who and what's things like that. I've never really had a chance to obviously like know like the real like background of Ankler. Like I don't even know why you picked the name Ankler and why you have like the anchor and things like that. Because I love
Yeah.
it. But I remember I actually thought you were gonna wear the pink mask today because that's usually your go-to for like your outfit. You usually use a lot of pink in your designs, right?
Yeah, it's one of my strongest gears that I use or outfits. Especially with the little ones, the kids just love the bright colors, and as soon as I haven't even started wrestling yet, and they're already like, hey, can I take a picture with you? Can I take a picture with you? And it feels just great, man, having those little ones just cheering up for me, and excited and everything. And yeah, I mean, I mean, it's it. I just learned how to play with the colors in the long run. When I started with the red and black cheer, and then I did
Yeah,
I did like a navy blue cheer with black and a little bit of red. But then I figured, I mean, thank God, a lot of my strong public or fans, or however you want to call it, locally and in other cities that I wrestled, it's the kids, man. I mean, of course, we all love wrestling when we're kiddos, right? But when you
oh
see
yeah,
when you see the luchador live, It's like I can project myself in those little ones, and I remember when I used to get excited when my parents or my dad or my sister used to take me to the luchas in Mexico or in the United States, and I'll just get excited, man. And yeah, I mean, that's just me, like I know that
Yeah.
feeling. That's why I want for them to feel it, so way they can
Yeah.
start loving this industry, this sport, this entertainment, however you want to call it. It's just great, man.
No, it's funny. It's funny you say that because that was actually gonna be one of the first questions I was gonna ask you was who was the wrestler or the match you saw that made you say, not only I can do that, but I want to do that. Like who was when you were a kid? Because I know me growing up, there was kids who loved wrestling, but there was not a lot of kids who wanted to be wrestlers. So when you were growing up, who was it or what match was it that made you say, that's what I'm gonna do?
Honestly, I used to watch when I was a kid. I used to watch every Saturday and Sunday. Back then there wasn't this a lot of cable, and my family couldn't support paying the cable system and all that. So we just watched what
Yeah,
we had the TV, the analog program, and that's what we
yeah,
could get in the air. That will we that's the only thing we will be watching in TV, right? So back
yeah.
then, I remember I used to watch a lot of AAA. You know
Oh
the
yeah,
a lot of AAA and a lot of CMLL, but the old style, the old CMLL. When Mystico, you know,
oh yeah, oh yeah,
when he was a boom, I was a kid,
yeah,
so I'll just watch him, and I'll be like, man, he's great, doing all of these crazy uh movements, and then because you see how his outfit, like
yeah,
the silver with white and gold with white,
yeah.
it was just great. So I can say Mystico influenced me a lot from CMLL, and
Okay.
in the AAA scene, I mean, there's a lot of them. Like I mean, rest in peace, right? But Abismo Negro, he was a great heel, but he was one of those heels that will connect with the people. So
Yeah,
and then his outfit was badass, like, and his mask,
yeah,
still Abismo Negro. I mean, he was a great wrestler. And La
yeah.
Parca, like he was very
Of
comic, and
course.
then he'll do funny moves in the ring and make you laugh.
Yeah,
Even if you weren't at your house watching TV, you were laughing at all the craziness he was doing in the ring. And then
yeah,
I can't. I mean, it's a lot. There's this like group that used to be called back then the Black Family. That it's Dark Oz, Dark Cuervo, Dark Escoria, and Dark Espiritu, and they're like this dark goth outfit, and they used to
yeah,
paint their face white and then long hair, like a goth, like, and as
yeah.
I started growing then too, like between the ages from 7 to 12, I was really into rock or like rock music and all of those bands that look like that, more or less like Marley Manson,
Definitely.
more or less. So I was
Like
like,
heavy metal.
that's
Yeah,
why I paint my nails sometimes black, in like
yeah,
because I have that vibe, like I grew up watching that, and they used to do
yeah.
that, and I was like, okay. So my character, like you said right now, how was my name developed and everything. I mean, I think you can see right here, like the nails are painted black in my
Let
shirt.
me see. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it on the shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
That's why I'm saying, I'm telling you, it's like an influence of a lot of wrestlers that I grew up watching on TV. But at the same time, when my dad used to take me, especially in Juarez, to the local shows, that it was
Yeah,
in small arenas. Then now I wrestle in those arenas. It's like I remember some wrestlers. One of them is Trimegistro here locally. He's one of my favorite lucha, and I told him personally. I've told him a lot of times, I like your gear, I like your mask, and I grew up. I still remember you because it's a mask that you can really forget because it's kind of unique here in
Yeah.
the border town, and
Hmm.
so I remember Trimegistro. I remember watching this other wrestler called the Punisher, and he's now living in Denver, in the Denver area, and
Okay.
so yeah, I grew up watching him as well. And Skybird is one of those too. Is as a matter of fact,
Kyber.
Skybird. When I was a little kid, he gave me one of his masks and one of his gears autographed. I
No
still
way.
remember that. Yep, yep.
Do you still have it?
I still have it, man. I still have it. I show it to him. I send pictures, and like we wrestled together so many times now. And like, cause he's been in the business for so many years already, and like, yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember when we were in that Royal Rumble match,
yeah,
and he was one of the characters that stuck out the most. The way he stepped out of the ring, but hid behind the ring post, and it's telling everyone shh, shh, because everyone's wrestling inside. He's outside the ring, just chilling,
yeah.
hiding. Like I always remember his character, but the way he just, I mean, he's been wrestling for a long time, but he gets up on those ropes like nobody's business. Like that's something to admire. That level of commitment and athleticism,
Yes, sir.
which which kind of makes me remember my next question. I know when I broke into the wrestling industry, it was actually hard finding a school because I think back then there was only like one or two in this area. And even then, it was kind of hard to get into it because they were very old school and they wanted to make sure you just weren't somebody just trying to waste their time. Where did you start training, and who was like one of your first trainers slash mentors who really helped you out in this business?
I started training back in, I wanna say, before COVID, like 2019.
No way.
Yes,
No way.
I, I started training like around 2018, and when first started training, like for the first time I ever started training in a wrestling uh ring with wrestlers, it was with this promotion called New Era with
Yeah.
Rey Lagarto, with Dastan when he, because Dastan and me were more or less the same age. I'm a little bit older,
Yeah.
but yeah. And then but his brother Rey Lagarto, he actually, I started giving my first roles in their ring because they used to have a, like this little shop where they used to train and practice by Hawkins here in El Paso. And
What?
then
Yeah. Off the highway, right?
yes, off the highway.
Yeah.
And then I went there for like a month. I'm not gonna be honest, I didn't went for that much time. Then at the time I was getting engaged, you can say that. I was already living with somebody, with an ex, you can say that. But
Yeah.
so I was going after that. It was just too much in my plate. I had work, I had some personal stuff going on. I had to go to school. So it was just too much in my plate. And but like sometimes relationships don't work, and I went
Yeah.
through a heartbreak. I went to a heart I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you and transparent. I had a breakup, and I went through a really, one of those times in life that you're like started to rethinking about yourself, and starting to make new choices that you thought they were gonna be so different in the long run. But
Yeah.
so
I hear on
yeah,
that.
I got somewhat depressed. I'll be honest with you. I entered into a depression, but it's just like I knew inside me that I had the potential to do this. Like and
Yeah.
to become. I mean, I'm not a great figure right now, but I mean, I really love what I'm doing here in my community and what I got to know and around the world. I can say that now. But I
Yeah.
mean, in March it's gonna be 5 years that I debuted as a pro wrestler. So I can say that in my short 5 year career right now in 2026, um, back then I was going through depression, so I stopped going. I stopped showing up. I was like, you know what? I don't want to know nothing about anybody else. And yeah,
Yeah.
but I rock
But you
bottom. Then
pushed.
I started again, like going, like started focusing on me again, starting to working out. Cause I mean, I gained so much weight after that breakup. I almost lost my job. I had,
Wow.
I mean, and I respect everybody's beliefs, right? But in personality, like I believe in God. I was very not in good terms with God, and so I started to like. I mean, I had to refocus. Like I was living
Exactly.
alone by myself. I was just hit rock bottom, man. And just one day, I was like, you know what? I need to snap out of it. Like okay, it sucks. Life sometimes gets really rough, but it doesn't mean it's the end of everything. Like I really have to
Exactly.
continue on with me.
Yeah.
So it's just situations that like I remember now, but back then I went to a show after training with Rey Lagarto and New Era for like a month. And it was just the basic, he like the rows, the front rows, the back rows, tres cuartos, three-quarter rows,
Yeah.
just the basic stuff. And then I remember a lot of plus, working out your abs, working out your legs, conditioning.
Yeah.
That's word, conditioning.
Conditioning.
After that, so I went again to look for them, and they moved places, and they changed dojo areas. They moved to
Yeah.
somewhere else. So in my head, I was like, okay, this is a sign from God that this is not for me. So I'm gonna stop. But I still love lucha. I still I
Yeah.
still
Of
love watching wrestling and everything.
course.
So before of my breakup, I still was with this female, and she's a great
Hmm.
woman. Like nowadays, I remember her with appreciation, because she's actually a great woman, and God bless her soul
Yeah.
wherever she is. But when I was still with her, we went to a local show here in El Paso, and in that show, I don't know. I mean, of course, Angel Aéreo and Águila Negra, the brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wrestled in that show in a little dojo, or like no, it's not even. It was a little ballroom in the Bronco,
Yeah.
in the swap meet by Alameda.
Yeah.
And I still remember that show because two things. I have the flyer with everybody in that show that signed it. Every wrestler that the rest of the day, they sign it. And after I took a picture with them, with Águila Negra and Ángel Aéreo, I asked them, like, I saw them how they wrestle, and I told them when we were getting a picture, I was like, hey guys, you guys, I mean, just by I don't know your faces, right? Because they back in the day, I didn't know that, but like they had their mask and everything. But I told them, based on your body complex, I more or less think we are the same age. And yeah, as a matter of fact, Aguila Negra is just a year older than me, and I'm more or less the same age of Angel Aéreo. And
Yeah.
I just told them, hey, where do you guys train, or like I want to start, was maybe, like, this is me again trying to incorporate into the business, because I had that feeling that I'm like, it's got, I don't want to give up this easy, like I need to, like, I really want to do this, man. Like I
Yeah.
have a passion for it. I can feel it. And plus they give me their info. I think I started back then. I added them on Facebook, that old Facebook, when you poke somebody and they poke you back and all of that.
Yeah.
So I tagged them on that picture, and then I started just messaging with them. Hey, where do you guys train? And because they told me straight up, you know what, we're like, we're fresh in the business too, but I mean, we train in Juarez, and if you want to come and try out, or we train sometimes in El Paso, sometimes. And so I started, like, networking with them a little bit. And yeah,
Yeah.
in fact, one day after work, I just received a text message, and I think it was an Águila Negra. he texted me the address they were gonna be training that day, and back then I was living in El Paso, and they were gonna be training in San Elizario. That's like 30 minutes more or less away from El Paso, where I live now.
Yeah.
Actually. Pero as soon as I saw that text message, I was like, yes. Like I was very tired from work. I remember it was a long day, but I was like, okay, what do I need to take? And like just my shoes, my tennis shoes, and some shorts. And they're like, if you have some knee pads, like more or less like basketball knee pads or like volleyball knee pads, so that way you can protect your
Yeah.
knees and your elbow covers or something. Just bring that man,
Yeah.
and you know. So I started
Yeah.
training a little bit with them in a ring in San Elizario in the backyard of some good friend of mine. His name is Luis, and that's how it started, man. It started right there.
That's
So I
crazy.
started just going, just I think once or twice a week, and then in that place training with them, um, that like as I mentioned before, that breakup and the end of my
Yeah.
relationship had, I mean, finished sadly, but life happens. Oh well. But I was like, okay, I'm by myself now. I need to move on. Um, so I started just going. I started just going. I started to like use it as a method of
Like therapy.
like, yeah, exactly, man. That's the word, therapy,
Yeah.
and just keeping my mind busy and just not getting like fatter because I was more fat back then, or out of shape. And
Yeah, because you're lean. You're super lean now.
I try,
Man,
man.
I'm telling you.
I'm trying hard now. I mean, my goal for this year is to actually have a better physique, but we'll see with that. But to make long story short, in one of those trainings with Águila Negra and Ángel Aéreo, I got to meet Silverhawk. He was invited
Uh,
too because Ángel Aéreo and Águila Negra knew Silverhawk from because they wrestled before and everything. So he came by
mhm.
to one of our trainings when they used to invite me.
Yeah.
And this is funny, man, because I mean, Silverhawk. I consider Silverhawk my brother from another mother in the wrestling business and outside of the wrestling scene. I mean, we have a
Yeah.
really good friendship, man. But
Oh, that's,
but that time he got to meet me, he actually like disliked me. He didn't like me at all. Like he thought I was being rude. And honestly, yeah, he now that I'm a professional wrestler and then I train and I have a little bit more knowledge, I can see why he didn't like me at the moment. But I
uh,
remember like I was just being dumb, like long story.
yeah.
I was just being dumb in the ring, trying to do stuff that it was ahead of time before you learn the basics. And yeah, so he had somewhat um reasons to why be mad at me or like not like me. But
Oh,
now we have a good friendship, man. He's a good wrestler, and I appreciate him a lot. And that's how
no,
I started. Then
yeah.
I started just um due to that situation, he was like, you know what? I have my own ring as well in Horizon, and if you wanna come train with me, you're more than welcome. Because he told me straight up, because I'm seeing that you're just doing crazy stupid stuff without nobody guiding you, because you don't
Yeah.
know what's up. And he found it a little bit disrespectful because he he started in the business. It was harder for him because he will get actually beat up by his teacher, which is
Yeah.
Punisher, which is Punisher,
That
one of
happened.
one of the wrestlers that I used
Oh,
to
really?
when I was a little kid in Juarez. It's crazy, man. Like everything is connected
Yeah.
somehow, man. And yeah, that's how I started. That's how I just got myself into the business.
Man, that's crazy. And it's funny because you said that you've been in for 5 years and you don't really see yourself as a big figure in pro wrestling. But when I was in El Paso, like every time a flyer came out, I see your face on it. An event is happening and you're wearing a suit with a mask on and you're taking pictures with people, important people. And I viewed you as one of the actually bigger, more important names in El Paso. You know what I mean? So it's funny you mentioned that because you think you're here But when you look through the eyes of somebody else, you don't realize that you're actually here. You know what I mean? And you're climbing up. So like I thought that was pretty interesting how you're like, oh, I'm working and I'm trying, I'm not that big of a figure here, but I think you're making it, bro. You're going to Mexico, you're going to where you wrestle Denver as well, and you do like New Mexico and other places as well. I think you're killing it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, bro.
So
No, yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, last year I got to wrestle in the United States, Mexico, Japan, and Costa Rica.
man,
Yeah.
traveling, going all over. I'm telling you, keep at it, and I guarantee you're gonna see those bright lights, and you'll be on TV. I don't know which platform, but yeah, I know. Well, I would say within the next, I'm throwing it out there. Within the next 2 years, I see you on TV, easy. I see you on TV, and not like on TV as a security guard. I see you like actually having matches, you know. So I know you're gonna make it, man. Just keep on moving forward.
Thanks,
But
bro.
you said Silverhawk thought that you were being kind of disrespectful because you were young and you weren't being guided in the industry, right? But now that you're older, you're more mature and you're more savvy about the business, about pro wrestling. I want to ask you kind of a fun question. If you could pick a wrestler from the past, from the present, and then one female wrestler to have a match with, who would it be?
From the past, like
Yeah,
locally or like general?
any past professional wrestler who wrestled in
Okay.
the past. Don't wrestle no more, but they're from the past. So you can't wrestle them now, but you would want to in their prime.
All right. That's a that's a great question, man. I mean, from the past, I think I will choose. Mm,
It's a
man,
hard one because there's
yeah, it's a hard
so
one.
many.
There's a lot. There's a lot of names in my mind right now. I'm like, man. I mean, I would have loved to wrestle or know, La Parca.
Okay, La Parca, yeah,
Yeah, because
definitely for sure.
man, his magic and charisma in the ring, it was just
Yeah,
beyond, above and beyond, man. Like
you.
all ages, kids, teenagers, adults, everybody loved him, and that's great,
Yeah,
man. So I would choose from the past. I would choose La Parca.
okay.
From present,
Could be anybody all over the world.
from present,
Current.
I mean, he's a veteran now, but he's still active. I would choose Jeff Hardy, man. I mean, he's one of those idols that everybody love, like Jeff Hardy,
Yeah,
or even the Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy or Jeff Hardy, whichever one of those. I mean, yeah,
I can see that. I can see that because you got lots of bright colors going on with the mask and things like that. He wears the face paint, and you both have lots of charisma and ring acumen. I see that being like an actually really good match. So,
yeah,
fingers crossed. I think it can happen. You
yeah,
know, and
exactly.
and in today's pro wrestling, we're starting to see a lot of mixed matches where women and men are actually wrestling now. If you could pick one female wrestler to have a match with, main event, who would it be?
Female wrestler. Woo. That's another tough one as well, because
It
I
is. It is.
mean, there's a lot of talent everywhere. Um, why not? I would love to work against Persephone, or like I used to know her, Black Widow. You
Oh,
know,
okay, Black
I
Widow.
I, I
Yeah.
actually got to meet her when I started training with Lagarto back then, like in 2018, more or less, and she used
Oh yeah.
to practice with me. So I mean, I can have in my mind those times that I used to practice and being a newie, one of the new guys, and she was a little bit
Yeah.
more advanced, and now where she is now, like top of the CMLL everywhere
Yeah.
as a Persephone now, or Persephone, or like I used
Yeah.
to. I mean, when I got to know her, her AKA was Black Widow and locally, but. she went above and beyond. And I mean, she's a good friend of mine. Like we still touch base every time she comes and wrestles here locally. Like when I get to meet
Yeah.
her at the events, and I was like, "Hey, can I take a picture with you?" And she's like, "Yeah, let's do it." I mean, I would love to wrestle against her. I mean, she will probably kick my butt, but let's do it, man.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this audio, this video, I'm gonna cut it into a little YouTube short. I'm gonna post it on Instagram, I'm gonna post it on YouTube, and I hope I see this thing come full circle. I hope she catches it and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go wrestle that guy. Next time I pass it, we'll see what happens.
That would be great. I can even send you pictures that I have with her as well.
That's the power of social media, man. You know what I mean? Like you never know. They might see it and then bam, they're like, oh, you know what? Next time I pass out, I'm gonna reach out to this guy.
Is there?
Okay, let me see. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good question. You're obviously very passionate about pro wrestling, right? But if you couldn't be a pro wrestler, if pro wrestling never, what would be your profession? What would Anklayer be if he couldn't be a professional wrestler? Like, what would be your next passion?
You know, man, I love playing tennis. I
You love
when I
playing
was
tennis?
in high school, I played
Yeah,
tennis for 4 years since freshman
yeah.
year. Um, sorry. Back then there wasn't a lot of players in my high school. I went to Riverside High School, by the way. I think there's
Yeah,
yeah, there's
I see
my
that. I
picture.
see it right there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I went to Riverside High School, and in my high school, the two more popular sports for men were football and soccer. But
Ah,
tennis, it was like, nah, tennis is whatever. But I joined tennis. I mean, I don't know why I got it, but I joined it and I loved it. I loved it. That first year, like everything else, I was a rookie. I didn't know how to play at all. And then 3 months went by, I got the hang of it. And by the end of my
yeah,
freshman year, I was already playing varsity because we didn't had a lot of players in my
yeah,
school. And I remember my coach back then, Coach Hinojos, will be like, you know what? You're playing varsity. I don't care you're a freshman. I need people. I'm like, okay, I'm down. So yeah, man,
yeah,
I would have loved to pursue that tennis sport industry somehow, but I'll be honest with you, man. Tennis is a sport for people that got money, you know. And like, I'm
yeah,
not saying that I couldn't not made it, but it's very hard, you know. Like me just practicing 1 hour after school against all of these other kiddos that have private classes with private
yeah.
coaches on Saturdays, and their families have played tennis for their entire lives. And no, like for me, it wasn't the case. But I love tennis, man. And after even I graduated, I still had good friends that we sometimes once in a while we just text and we like or like chat and be like, hey, we should like get together and play some tennis in this park or something. Just go hit the ball for a while. But yeah, I love tennis, bro. It's my second favorite sport after pro wrestling or lucha libre, and my third favorite sport is soccer.
Oh, really? I thought you would say pickleball.
No, it's wrestling, tennis, and soccer. Those are my three main sports.
I can
I
see you playing
actually
tennis though.
I played soccer locally here in those those little city leagues for a while,
Yeah.
just for a brief while, like for like 6 months or less. I wasn't very good at it, but I mean I played it.
You know what? I honestly think the soccer and the tennis is why you have such good cardio in the ring because I've seen you move nonstop, no joke, for like 10 minutes. Like there's no, oh, I'm on the ground. I need to, no, like I've seen you like get up, go, roll, fly, get back in the ring, fly again, climb up, head scissors. Like I've seen you go nonstop. And I think the soccer and the tennis definitely play a role in it because me, I've always been a lifter. In high school, I used to do bodybuilding and football, but I wasn't really like the running back. I was more like a lineman. I just stood there and pushed people, you know? So I got like these arms, but I don't have like the cardio that you have. And I think that played a major role into it, you know? But I don't doubt if you do stay with tennis, you've been at Wimbledon, but I think the world of professional wrestling is happy that you picked pro wrestling over the other sports. You know what I mean?
No, no, yes,
Uh, if all right, so this is a two-part question. We're almost done here.
it's fine, man. I got
And
time. I'm done. I'm done.
in, in pro wrestling, I know me, I have a favorite move I like to hit, which is a clothesline. I love hitting a huge lariat, taking somebody out, but I hate taking power bombs. What's a move you love to do, and what's the one move you hate taking?
One of the moves or things that I like to do in pro wrestling, I try to do two. The Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah.
I like to do that a lot, and then I like to do the Swamp Tom Bomb from Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Try to do that as well. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's good to do it, sometimes it's not, but yeah, I really like those moves. I really, I mean, 'cause I grew up watching them as well. You know, I used to watch
Yeah.
WWF, WWE, and all that evolution. I remember watching ECW as well, and all of those TNA,
Yeah.
the all TNA, and
That's why I was happy to see Kevin Owens bring back the stunner, because no, everyone was afraid to do it after Stone Cold. I mean, who could blame him,
yep,
But I was glad to see him bring it back. And then here saying you're doing it, oh man, I gotta start watching the YouTube videos again because I really fell off of watching it, but I really want to start watching it. See you hit a stunner would be awesome.
yeah. I actually hit a couple of them already, and they're in YouTube in some batches already. But yeah, and then a move I really don't like to receive, or I'm like, oh man, I don't really like this move. It's
Yeah, you get it with.
which move would it be? Hmm. So,
Oh, and a move that I also hate because of Minotauro pile driver. I
oh,
just yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
I wrestled against Minotauro, and he's done that move to me, so I know it hurts. And you're like, oh man, yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it lays you out. It lays you out for
okay,
sure.
here it is a move I don't really like. I don't like those moves because not they just hurt, but they can be potentially danger to your neck. And is the one the Undertaker does when he grabs you and like
Oh yeah, the tombstone pile
yeah,
driver.
in Spanish is called martinete, because if you don't really are not prepared how to receive it, you can really seriously damage your neck, and
Yeah.
that's it. Goodbye to your wrestling career. And yeah, that's I've only
Ooh,
received it, I believe, either once or twice. I know the first one I received it, I don't know you remember, was Norinco.
Norinco.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it. I know I remember I was there for the show, but I think I was backstage. I think Frank pulled me to the side for something.
Yeah,
Right, it
no,
was when Frank was around.
yeah. But Norinco actually did it to me at Tequilas when we used to wrestle, you and me. In one time, one of those shows, I wrestled against Norinco, and pues he just grabbed me and applied it to me, and I was like, oh man. But thank God it didn't went that far. It did hurt a lot, like crazy, but
Yeah.
I can still move my head after a couple of weeks. After a couple of days, but yeah, I was like, I got scared, man. I'll be honest with you, I got
Yeah.
scared, but like he's strong, he's big, but he's a professional wrestler as well. And he knows how to apply it. So I respect that so much.
Exactly. 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 But did you win that match?
I don't think so. I think I lost. Yeah,
I know it
I'm
takes
I'm
it
pretty
takes a
sure
lot.
I did lost.
A lot of people underestimate how hard it is to get dropped on the top of the head and continue to fight. It's like once you get dropped here, it's like, all right, I'm done. So I think the Undertaker had a big advantage being like 6'10", packed with muscle and just driving people down to the ground. I think that's why he was so successful with that move. But all right, so I actually have two questions left. All right. One is when you started out, I know you said you were here, then you went there, and it's kind of challenging the things you were going through. What's the best piece of advice you can give to young wrestlers or young individuals who want to start wrestling?
Okay, here's my advice, guys. and honestly, it comes from the heart. A lot of people are gonna tell you, and sorry for my language, but you suck. You're not cut up for this. You should do another thing. You're just dumb and stupid, and all of those comments and negative energy vibes and all of that situations. Just yeah, acknowledge it, but at the same time, just like don't keep it. Don't keep it here. If you wanna keep it here as gasoline for motivation to prove them wrong, it's fine. But in here, no, because you will infect your soul and your spirit for the passion for this. So don't keep it in your heart. If you want to keep it in your mind for your reasons, but for the for the how do you say this? For the right reasons to use it as
For,
fuel
as
to prove them
motivation.
wrong, but without being like as trashy as they were with you. Just prove
Yeah.
them wrong with your own actions. You know, when
Yeah.
in the future when they see you that you're being booked here, that you're being booked there, that you were the one that actually, like you had the guts to go to different places by yourself. Because I'll be honest
Keep
with
doing
you,
it.
the first time that I went to Resto Juarez, I was shitting bricks, bro. I was like, fuck it, I'm doing this. And I went by myself. I didn't tell nobody. I just made I prepared my gear, get my bag, and just went to Juarez to an arena. It's called Arena Los Pinos, and I just arrived to the arena. I knew a couple of people there that were gonna wrestle that day, so I just went straight out to the locker room, and I was just sitting there, with my mask and everything. I was a new guy, and everybody was like, "Hey, I kind of recognize you. Are you the new wrestler from El Paso?" And yeah, that's me. But I mean, I'm just here looking for a chance. If somebody's
Yeah.
absent today or something, I can actually cover for that person if you want. I mean, I'm here open to new opportunities, and in this, they see that in you. They see that you have hunger for this, that you're passionate
Yeah.
about it, and especially key keyword, major keyword for this: humbleness. Be humble.
Humbleness. Yes.
Stay
Yes.
coachable. Be humble and stay coachable. If from this podcast you wanna remember something from me, from Anklayer, be humble and stay coachable. Period.
I love that. I love that. See, that's what I want to hear. That's why I want to start this podcast because there's a lot of people like yourself who are adamant professionals who show up week in and week out. You guys are really trailblazing a new path for pro wrestlers in El Paso. And I want to shine a spotlight on that because that's what people need to hear, in my opinion. Because a lot of people, it's not just from other wrestlers, but they hear these comments from their families, they hear it from their friends, significant others like, oh, why would you want to do that? That's so silly. Work at the airport. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, they don't understand that we're just cut from a different cloth. And I think that's exactly what people need to hear right now. So I thank you for that.
Yes, brother. You just hit some key factors that I forgot. Even my family, even even my mom will tell me, "Why? Just that's too dangerous. Why don't you do
Yeah,
something else? Like just focus on soccer, on tennis." My dad at the beginning he was like, "That's loco. You're crazy. Why are you gonna hurt yourself for not even getting paid sometimes, or like just getting paid with a little a coke and a burrito?" Like I'm like, "Hey, I have this passion, and I knew it since I was a kid that one day I was gonna be a wrestler. It costs me. I don't care the cost. I'll just know I will make it." And yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
now they saw my determination, and they saw that even all of this negative feedback they want to tell me about wrestling, it wasn't gonna affect my
Yeah,
mentality of me keep going. So
exactly.
they just had two options: either not support me or support me in my craziness. But yeah,
Exactly.
and it hurts a lot when it comes from your loved ones or from your friends or people you're very close to. Because I mean, a hater. I mean, you're expecting that somebody is gonna talk crap about you and try to put you down and give you all of these negative comments, negative feedback. But you know what? We need those people too. We need them
Exactly.
we need them to I mean, not to be at the same level as them and respond them like be like trying to be the better person, but just proving them wrong with actions, not actually yelling back at them or going in
Yeah.
Facebook or Instagram talking shit about them and am I right about this post? No, no, just your actions,
Yeah.
bro. Your actions, your
Yeah.
posts, your pictures where you've been, and they see that. They see that and they notice. And you know what? That's good for me. I'm working on me. I'm focusing on me. I'm doing my own
Mhm.
business. I'm doing me. I'm enjoying the ride, like Frank Stone said one time. Enjoy the ride, brother. Enjoy the ride. And those are words
Exactly.
that stick in my head. One time, Pagano told me as well, have a global mentality, not have a local one. Yeah, it's good to start locally, and it's actually tremendously important to be local and to appreciate the local arenas, the local support, and I'm always gonna be thankful. And I mean, I cannot thank enough all of those people that have opened the doors for me, all of those arenas that have given me a chance to participate in their events. But don't
Yeah.
have a local mentality, have a global mentality. And I remember Pagano saying that to me, and I mean, it is what it is, bro. Whoever is caught up for this and whoever cannot take a negative comment, your career is not gonna. But
They're not gonna laugh.
if you're able to not ignore, but just like, okay, I see your opinion about me. I respect that. Is what you think about me, but I'm gonna continue doing me. I don't. If you're really paying attention to all the moves I do and everything I
Yeah.
post on social media, then something I'm doing right because I'm actually in your mouth all the time, or you're thinking about me somehow,
Exactly.
even if it's negative
Exactly.
and you're talking shit about me, but you're actually I'm a trending topic for you. Okay, I'm doing something good. So
Exactly. Exactly.
it sucks
I
to
see.
suck, but I'm doing me. I don't care.
And we got some little tidbits right there too from Pagano and Frank Stone. So I love to hear that. Now, for the last question, this is a finish the sentence. You know you're a pro wrestler when
Oh man.
it
You know
could
you're
be
a
any.
pro, yeah. You know you're a pro wrestler when you're sitting down watching a movie and you're trying to go get a glass of water or something and you're standing up and everything starts popping. Your neck,
Yeah.
your elbows, your knees,
Wait.
everything is like quick, 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 quick. You're like, ah. It's like in that movie, the Deadpool, the first movie, when he's all
Yeah.
jacked up in the car, he's like moving and he's just like he's just dropping out of the car to the side. That's
Yeah.
exactly how you feel when you know you're a pro wrestler.
Those are all the sounds I'm gonna make when I stand up from this chair after the interview.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, click,
sometimes,
click, click.
yeah, sometimes I'm just eating with my family, and then they're like, my mom is like, "Hey, can you pass me? I don't know can you bring me some more Coke from the fridge or something?" I'm like, "Yes." So I stand up, and then, quick, and they're like, "What was that?" And I'm like, "Ah, those are just my knees," or like, "No, that was my elbow. I'm sorry."
Yeah. Yeah. For me, is you know you're a pro wrestler when you smell that cinnamon red hot, and the first thing you think of is the oil they use in the locker room. You know,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that candy, the cinnamon red hot. When I smell that, I think of like the guys dousing themselves with the oil and
yeah.
getting ready for the match. You know,
No,
and
so for me, is you're a pro wrestler when your whole body is just popping, cracking
yeah.
up, all of those
Oh, I
cracks.
hear you, brother. Ah, man, I hear you. But I really want to thank you for taking the time today and talking with me, sharing some of your experiences, some of your stories. I really feel like that this was a great first episode to start off this series. And I hope in the future, maybe in a few months, once I get better into this and things like that, that I can have you on the show again to catch up so the fans can catch up with you as well. All right, brother.
Yes, of course, man. And I mean, whenever you're here or I go over there or like we can do this again live
Oh,
or like us
I'm
together in the same room, that would be perfect as
yeah.
well. I mean, I'm always down. I'm always open to new challenges, new podcasts, new opportunities. Everything matters. Everything is content and everything will help you in your social media. I appreciate your time, brother, like so much too as
God
well.
bless, bro. Thank you so
And I
much.
mean, thank you and hope you continue doing you. You're a great dude. You're a strong dude, man. I remember you just one time carried me like if I was nothing, like if I was just like your lunchbox or something. Yeah, you had
I,
me like that for like that was a good, I can say 25, 30 seconds. And I was like, man, he just grabbed me like nothing. Like, a ver, mijo, venga pa acá. Like, you just grabbed me like
and
nothing. And, oh,
I'm
man.
getting bigger, bro. I'm getting bigger too. I'm working on it. I'm
Yeah,
working on it. And please,
I mean, I have the video. I'll send it to you. And then the way you just throw me like nothing, I'm like, ah. Yeah.
definitely. I am planning on going back to El Paso during the summer. So
Okay.
you let Lucha Power, you let all them know. I'll let them know too that I'm coming down because I want to wrestle you. I want to wrestle Blackfish. I want to wrestle Skybird. I want to wrestle the whole gang. Even Silverhawk. That's the one guy I don't think I've stepped in the ring with yet. And I've been wanting to, but to be honest with you, to me, he's like this tall. But when he looks at me, I get frozen sometimes because he has that stare. He'll look
Yeah.
over and be like, and I'm like, hey, good to see you.
He has that sexual stare.
Hear that?
Yeah.
You hear the saxophone music, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Right,
for real, man. No, for man, you're always welcome over here. You know, you're actually your name and here in El Paso, it's well known as well with other promoters. They know about you, cause I mean, you're tall, you're strong, and yep, you created your own
ready to
character.
put in
Man.
work, baby.
Congrats to you as well.
All right, brother, man. Much love. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and always remember, man, to always be firm and secure. Everybody, firm and secure. Yeah.